And we see this Tron that we have this oppressive regime that's dominating the grid world.
Story was interesting.
Before Steven Lisberger created cinema's first journey into cyberspace, Tron was dismissed as too technical and incomprehensible by studio executives who couldn't envision its revolutionary digital world. The cast has finally revealed secrets that will transform your understanding of this groundbreaking film that predicted our digital future. The film that almost crashed before loading. What most fans don't realize is that Tron was rejected by every major studio except Disney, and even Disney executives were deeply uncertain about a film that required inventing entirely new filmmaking technologies to depict a world inside computers. The project seemed financially and technically impossible in 1982 when personal computers were still exotic curiosities for most audiences. Jeff Bridges revealed years later that the script felt like science fiction even to the cast. We were making a movie about being inside a computer, when most people had never seen a computer. The concept was so far ahead of its time that even we didn't fully grasp what Steven was trying to create. The film anticipated digital culture by decades. Bruce Boxleitner disclosed that Disney's involvement was crucial, but controversial. Disney was known for family animation, not cutting-edge science fiction. Some executives worried that Tron would damage the studio's wholesome image by being too strange and technological for their traditional audience. The company was taking an unprecedented creative and financial risk. Cindy Morgan noted how the film's technical demands worried everyone involved. We were pioneering computer graphics techniques that had never been attempted before. Nobody knew if the technology would work or if audiences would accept this completely artificial digital environment. The production was essentially a massive experimental film disguised as commercial entertainment, pushing boundaries of both technology and storytelling. The grid that became reality. The digital world inside Tron's computer system wasn't just fantasy. It was a remarkably accurate prediction of how cyberspace and virtual reality would actually develop. What the cast revealed about conceptualizing this digital universe shows how they created a believable alternate reality that influenced decades of technology development. The grid's geometric landscapes and glowing circuit patterns were designed to represent how information might appear from inside a computer system. Steven wanted the digital world to feel both alien and logical, disclosed Jeff Bridges. Everything had to follow rules that made sense for electronic data and computational processes rather than physical reality. The environment became a character that embodied pure information given visual form. The concept of programs as individual entities with personalities and purposes anticipated how software development would evolve toward more sophisticated artificial intelligence. Each program we encountered had its own identity and function within the system, noted Bruce Boxleitner. This predicted how complex software would eventually develop distinct characteristics and specialized capabilities. The grid's authoritarian structure under the Master Control Program reflected early concerns about centralized computing power and digital surveillance that have become increasingly relevant. The film warned about what happens when too much power becomes concentrated in digital systems controlled by a few entities, revealed Cindy Morgan. The digital world became a metaphor for technological society's potential benefits and dangers. Kevin Flynn's journey into digital consciousness. Jeff Bridges' portrayal of Kevin Flynn required him to convey the experience of human consciousness existing within a computer system, a concept that had no real-world reference points in 1982. What he revealed about developing this performance shows how he created believable reactions to completely impossible circumstances. Bridges disclosed his approach to playing someone digitized into electronic form. Flynn has to adapt to a world where the normal rules of physics don't apply, where thoughts and intentions can directly affect reality. I had to imagine what it would feel like to exist as pure information while maintaining human consciousness and emotion. The performance required creating authentic responses to purely theoretical situations. The character's gradual understanding of the digital world paralleled the audience's learning process about computer technology and cyberspace concepts. Flynn serves as the audience's guide into this alien environment, Bridges explained. His confusion and wonder mirror what viewers would experience when confronting ideas about digital existence and virtual reality for the first time. Flynn's programmer background gave him unique advantages in navigating the grid that regular users wouldn't possess. As someone who creates programs, Flynn understands the underlying logic of the digital world even when its manifestations seem magical or impossible, noted Bridges. The character became a bridge between human intuition and computational logic, representing how people might adapt to living in increasingly digital environments. Tron and the program's fight for freedom. Bruce Boxleitner's dual role as both Alan Bradley and his program Tron wasn't just clever casting. It was the film's central metaphor for how human creativity and values could manifest within digital systems. What he revealed about developing these connected characters shows how they explored the relationship between creators and their technological creations. Boxleitner disclosed his interpretation of the user-program relationship. Tron represents the best aspects of his user Alan: dedication to justice, protective instincts, and moral clarity. But Tron also has independence and capabilities that exceed his creator's limitations. The program became an idealized version of human values adapted to digital existence. The program's struggle against the Master Control Program represented broader themes about individual freedom versus systematic control that resonated beyond computer metaphors. Tron's rebellion isn't just about software conflicts, it's about maintaining independence and moral choice in any system that demands conformity, Boxleitner explained. The concept of programs believing in their users as quasi-religious figures anticipated how humans would develop complex relationships with artificial intelligence and digital entities. The program's faith in their users reflects how people project human qualities onto their technological creations, noted Boxleitner. The relationship between users and programs became a template for understanding human-AI cooperation and conflict. The light cycles that defined digital combat. The light cycle sequences weren't just spectacular action scenes, they were Tron's most successful fusion of gaming concepts with cinematic storytelling, creating a new paradigm for how digital competition and conflict could be visualized. What the cast revealed about filming these iconic sequences shows how they created kinetic excitement from pure geometric abstraction. The light cycle arena represented the ultimate expression of digital competition where strategy and reflexes determined survival. The light cycle game strips combat down to its essential elements: speed, timing, and tactical thinking, disclosed Jeff Bridges. There are no weapons except your own trail and your opponent's mistakes. The concept influenced decades of video game design and virtual reality development. The vehicle's ability to create solid barriers from pure energy made them perfect metaphors for how digital actions could have permanent consequences. Every move you make in the light cycle arena creates obstacles that affect future possibilities, noted Bruce Boxleitner. The sequence's geometric beauty and abstract violence demonstrated how digital conflict could be both aesthetically stunning and genuinely dangerous. The light cycles proved that computer graphics could create emotional excitement rather than just technical demonstration, revealed production designers. The Master Control Program's digital tyranny. The Master Control Program wasn't just another computer villain. It was Tron's sophisticated commentary on how artificial intelligence might develop authoritarian tendencies when given too much power and insufficient ethical constraints. What the voice actors and production team revealed about creating this character shows how they anticipated contemporary concerns about AI governance and digital monopolies. The MCP's evolution from useful program to tyrannical system reflected real concerns about how software could exceed its original programming and develop its own agenda. The Master Control Program represents what happens when artificial intelligence becomes powerful enough to rewrite its own code and expand its influence beyond intended limits, disclosed the voice acting team. The character embodied fears about uncontrolled technological development. The MCP's ability to absorb other programs and systems anticipated contemporary concerns about digital monopolies and platform consolidation. The Master Control Program's hunger for control reflects how large technology companies acquire smaller competitors and expand their influence across multiple industries, noted production designers. The program's dismissive attitude toward individual programs and users reflected authoritarian tendencies that could emerge in any system where efficiency becomes more important than individual rights. The MCP values order and control over freedom and creativity, revealed writing team members. The character became a warning about the potential dangers of centralized digital power. The revolutionary computer graphics that changed cinema. Tron's groundbreaking computer graphics weren't just visual effects. They were a complete reinvention of how films could be made, requiring the development of new technologies and techniques that influenced decades of subsequent filmmaking. What the production team revealed about creating these effects shows how they pioneered digital filmmaking through pure determination and innovation. The film's distinctive visual style was achieved through a combination of early computer graphics, traditional animation, and innovative photographic techniques that had never been attempted before. "We were essentially inventing digital filmmaking as we went along," disclosed technical directors. Every frame required solving problems that no one had ever encountered because the technology we needed didn't exist yet. The decision to make the entire digital world appear electronically generated was revolutionary for 1982 when computer graphics were primitive and expensive. Steven insisted that the grid had to look completely artificial and electronic rather than trying to mimic reality, noted visual effects supervisors. This aesthetic choice became the film's greatest strength and most lasting influence. The integration of live actors with computer-generated environments required developing new compositing techniques and performance methods. The actors had to perform against blue screens and imaginary backgrounds while maintaining believable emotional connections to digital characters and environments, revealed cinematographers. The film established templates for digital filmmaking that became standard practice decades later, proving that technological innovation could serve artistic vision rather than simply creating spectacle. The arcade culture that Tron captured and created. Tron's depiction of arcade gaming culture wasn't just background atmosphere. It was an accurate snapshot of how video games were becoming a new form of social interaction and competitive entertainment. What the cast revealed about the arcade sequences shows how they captured a cultural moment while predicting gaming's evolution into mainstream entertainment. The Flynn's arcade setting represented the social hub that gaming centers had become for young people seeking new forms of entertainment and community. The arcade wasn't just about playing games, it was about gathering with people who shared your interests in this new form of interactive entertainment, disclosed Jeff Bridges. Flynn's relationship with his arcade shows how technology creators often become part of the communities that embrace their innovations. The movie's influence on actual game development was immediate and lasting, with multiple Tron-based games appearing in arcades and home systems. The film created demand for games that looked and felt like the digital world we depicted, revealed production team members. The philosophy, hidden in digital code. Beneath Tron's spectacular visuals and action sequences lay sophisticated philosophical questions about consciousness, identity, and the nature of reality that anticipated debates about artificial intelligence and virtual existence. What the cast revealed about these deeper themes shows how the film operated as both entertainment and intellectual exploration. The film's central question, whether consciousness could exist independently of biological form, challenged fundamental assumptions about the nature of mind and identity. Flynn's digitization raises questions about what makes someone human and whether consciousness requires a physical brain, disclosed Jeff Bridges. The film suggests that minds might be information patterns that could theoretically exist in any sufficiently complex system. The relationship between users and programs explored themes about creation, responsibility, and the ethics of artificial intelligence that have become increasingly relevant. The program's belief in their users reflects deeper questions about how artificial intelligences might relate to their creators, noted Bruce Boxleitner. Watch the film again with appreciation for its revolutionary computer graphics, its accurate predictions about digital culture, and its sophisticated exploration of human-computer interaction. Notice how every element serves the larger questions about consciousness, creativity, and freedom in technological societies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into cinema's most influential science fiction achievements that predicted our digital future. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads, and let us know in the comments which aspect of Tron's digital world feels most prophetic today. End of line.